Let's get real. Your resume isn't just a summary of your work experience, skills, and education. It's your personal billboard, your 6-second audition. And those first few seconds will decide whether you get your foot in the door or face silent rejection. And in 2025, being qualified just isn't enough anymore. You have to be strategic, because here's what you're up against. AI-powered resume scanners, overwhelmed recruiters scanning hundreds of resumes, and remote competition from talented candidates all over the world. Your resume has to beat the bots and win over a human in seconds. So if your resume still looks like it did in 2018, you're already behind. But don't worry, because today, I'm giving you 5 essential tips to write a powerful, modern, and interview magnet resume in 2025. Whether you're changing careers, applying for your dream job, or just haven't updated your resume in years, this is your cheat code. Let's get started. Before we dive in, let's talk about what's changed and why resumes are different now. 97% of Fortune 500 companies use applicant tracking systems, or ATS. Recruiters spend 6-8 seconds scanning your resume before deciding. Most hiring managers see hundreds of resumes per job. So your resume needs to pass the ATS filters, grab attention fast, and communicate your value in seconds. This isn't about fluff, it's about strategy. And these 5 tips will make sure your resume stands out, even in a crowded, competitive, AI-filtered world. Let's start with the top of your resume, the first thing they see. If your resume still starts with, "Motivated professional seeking a position where I can grow," delete it. Now, in 2025, hiring teams don't want your goals. They want your value. So tip number 1, replace your objective with a headline and branding statement. Something like digital marketing strategist and SEO expert, 10+ million organic views driven, or proven growth marketer with a track record of scaling traffic and conversions using data-driven content strategy. Boom. That tells the recruiter what you do, what you're known for, and why they should keep reading. It's kind of like your LinkedIn headline, but sharper and specifically designed to grab attention in seconds. Because remember, no one's reading every word. You've got maybe 6 seconds to make them care. One helpful tip is to use keywords that match the job title. ATS bots love them, so do humans. Next, let's talk about bullet points. This is where most resumes fall apart. People list duties, not achievements. For example, they might put responsible for customer service operations. Okay, but what did you actually do? Here comes our tip number 2. Use the XYZ formula instead. The formula looks like this: accomplished X as measured by Y by doing Z. Let's rewrite that customer service example. Reduced customer churn by 32% in 6 months by revamping the support ticket workflow and launching a feedback follow-up process. Now that shows value. As you craft your bullet points, make sure to think in metrics such as revenue, retention, conversions, response time, cost savings, etc. Even if you're in a non-numeric role, you can quantify the number of people you trained, the type of processes you improved, or the amount of time you saved for the company or your customers, because results get interviews. Responsibilities don't. Now that you've got your bullet points down, let's talk about how to make them work harder for you. Here's tip number 3. Tailor your resume like it's a sales page. Think of your resume as a sales page for one product, which is you. And great sales pages are customized to their audience. In resume terms, that means tailoring every resume to every job. Yes, every job. Here's how. Scan the job description. Identify the top 3 skills they keep repeating. Mirror their language, not copy-paste, but echo their keywords. Move matching achievements higher on your resume. For example, if the job says data visualization, your bullet point should say, created interactive dashboards in Tableau for executive-level reporting. This tells the recruiter, you've read the job, you speak their language, and you're a match. One bonus tip is to use tools like JobScan to test how well your resume matches the job posting. All right, so let's say you've followed everything so far. You've got a solid resume with strong bullet points. Now it's time to make sure it's actually readable. Because let's be honest, recruiters are skimming fast. That brings us to tip number 4. Make your resume skimmable in 6 seconds with clean formatting. Because no matter how great your experience is, if it's buried in a wall of text, it's game over. No one's reading it. Here's how to make your resume skimmable and recruiter-friendly. Use bolded job titles, companies, and key results. Keep each bullet point to 2 to 3 lines max. Add white space between sections. Use modern fonts such as Calibri, Helvetica, or Lato, not Times New Roman. Remove clutter. No photos, no graphics, no dense paragraphs. And keep it 1 page if you're under 10 years experience. Max 2 pages if you're in a senior or executive role. Remember, the goal is not to tell your whole story. It's to make someone want to talk to you. And finally, this is where resumes in 2025 really win or fail. Which brings us to tip number 5. Optimize your resume for both AI and humans. Because here's the deal. You're not just impressing a hiring manager anymore. You're also getting past machines. That means use standard section headers such as work experience, education, and skills because the ATS bots recognize these terms. Upload in .docx or PDF, but make sure you check the job application system because some systems reject PDFs. Use keywords from the job post in natural context, not keyword stuffing. Include a skills section with both hard and soft skills. Think SQL, Google Analytics, project management, stakeholder communication. And yes, AI is scanning for tone and phrasing too. So skip vague words like helped or participated. Instead, use verbs like led, launched, built, increased, streamlined. It's a digital-first world. Your resume needs to speak both human and machine. Now let's put these 5 tips into a real example with a before and after to show the difference. This candidate is applying for a marketing analyst position. The old bullet point says, assisted with website analytics and help the team track traffic. Following our tips, we are rewriting this bullet point to tracked and reported on weekly site analytics using Google Analytics 4, helping the team identify a 27% increase in referral traffic post-campaign. See the difference? Tools mentioned, metrics included, and most importantly, value shown. That's the kind of clarity that grabs interviews. All right, let's quickly recap the 5 essential resume tips for 2025. First, ditch the objective. Start with a headline plus branding summary. Second, use the XYZ formula to show achievements, not tasks. Third, tailor every resume like it's a sales page. Fourth, make it skimmable and clean. No clutter, no fluff. And fifth, optimize for both AI scanners and human recruiters. In a world where everyone looks qualified, clarity, strategy, and presentation can really set you apart. So don't just update your resume, upgrade it. That's a wrap for today's episode. If this helped you rethink your resume, smash that like button. Share this with a friend who's job hunting or stuck in resume limbo. And don't forget to subscribe to Work Chat for weekly career tips, interview strategies, and workplace hacks that help you grow faster with less stress. Also, feel free to drop a comment and let us know what's one tip you'll apply to your resume today. We're here to help you land the role you deserve. See you in the next episode.